claim to be protecting life, fight against universal health care? Do they believe in...
What does that have to do with anything? This is the type of stuff I'm talking about.
We're here today. Today is a very heavy day for so many of us across the country. Every single one of us.
What do you guys think about that? I don't know. Me personally, I didn't. It was nothing, here or there for me. Yeah, I don't know.
Has woken up today with less rights than we had yesterday. And pregnant people in particular are in more danger in the United States today than we were yesterday as a result of the Supreme Court's decision to...
Okay, I think that's a bit of a reach. I think we can agree that that's a reach, right? That's a bit of a reach. That's just me, though. But who am I? I'm a man. I'm a man. I can't say that, I guess, That's a bit of a reach, though.
Overturn ROE V Wade.
She is a very far left-leaning person, by the way. For those that don't know, if you're new to her, just watch a couple of her videos. You will see you either really agree with her or you really disagree with her. Me personally, I pretty much disagree with her on everything. But let's see.
I think
I don't even got to see. I know I'm going to disagree. So let's keep going. I don't even have to see.
what we're experiencing here, it's important to tell the truth of what's going on. And with so many individuals out here, I think it's important for us to also tackle this myth that this is somehow about babies or children or life. Because the same...
What else is it about? What else is it about? I mean, I don't know. Let's see what she says.
Same individuals who purport, do they believe in...
What does that have to do with anything? This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. What? Fight. So because they fight against universal health care, they don't care about babies dying? This is what I'm saying. Again, this is my only problem with the pro-choice crowd. Just say that you're killing babies. And this, if you kill your babies, just say it. Just say it. Just say that you do it. Don't try to make it something else. Just be honest about it. You know what I mean? Just be honest with yourself. If you're pro-choice, you're okay with people killing babies, which, again, neither here nor there with me, I guess, it's an argument to be made that I'm kind of more pro-life than choice, except at the end of the day, I don't have too strong of an opinion on this. It's just the fact that people like her gaslight a lot. They gaslight and they do whatever. Let's keep going. I could talk all day about that.
Universal child care? Do they believe in life after birth? From their policy position.
What? Do they believe in life after birth? I'm pretty sure everybody does. If not, they will probably be murderers, killing people.
I assure you, the evidence is lacking. A life that claims to be protecting the lives of children, or rather a party and individuals who claim to protect the lives of children.
Why does she sound like a preacher right now? Usually when I go to church, the preacher, he always repeats stuff. He says it with this type of tenacity, like this, the lives of people that, like the way she says it. I'm not gonna lie, she does sound like a preacher, which is probably why she's so famous, and she's very charismatic. But yeah, and she just has far views. If you have a far view, you're most likely gonna get famous because you have like a far-leaning view. That's why everybody you see with like a certain type of ideology, they usually get famous.
Just weeks after over a dozen children died.
I will admit, she's a very good speaker, except she just doesn't say anything. She's a very good speaker.
In Texas, now claim to support their life, the lives of the young. Who are we protecting? Who does this protect?
Unborn babies? Come on. Like I said, I don't really have a side, but come on. Just like I guess if you're pro-choice, you protect the humans, like the living humans. I don't even want to say women, because I think it should be both. I think it should be men and women that decide. But you are protecting the choice if you're pro-choice of abortion, period. Which, I think that's a bit of a harder hill to die on. Except, hey, if that's you, do you. I'm not here to judge. Like I said, personally, if I got a girl pregnant, I'm most likely gonna just keep the baby because, yeah.
No one. Overturning Roe puts every single one of us in danger. And what I think many...
Like, why does she overstate it so much? Danger? Like, that much danger? What type of danger have we been in before that? We just got through, like, the hardest 2 years of, I don't know, like the past, I don't even know how long, like 50 years? I think that was, like, the hardest 2 years that we just went through. In, like, at least the past 50 years since the wars and everything going on. I don't know. My math is probably wrong. Don't quote me on that. But come on.
Many of our colleagues perhaps haven't quite, or perhaps they have fully understood, is that this also undermines the right to privacy in the United States of America. But we are here to solve this issue. Our job is to develop a path forward. And in that, we know that this House has passed and is willing to codify Roe. But what we also need is answers from our colleagues in the United States Senate. So to those senators who voted for these justices under the claim and the guise that this would not happen, this decision falls on them.
She is a very good speaker, by the way. I have to say that. She could be very persuasive to, like, the weak-minded. She's a very good speaker.
And what will they do? As they were lied to. What will they do as a consequence of this decision? Whether that be Republican or Democrat. But we cannot allow this to go on unanswered. We are talking about a court with the majority of justices appointed by a party that has not won a popular presidential election more than once in 30 years.
What does that have to do with anything? Like, so you're saying that the majority represent Democrats? Don't forget that it's really not about the majority of people. It's about the diversity in the states in which they, in like the cities and towns that they come from. What she's saying is that Republicans have not, got the majority, except Republicans have gotten the Electoral College wins, which means that wider spread states, like cities within the states around the inner cities, because usually the inner cities where like the Democrats win, but like around that, like everywhere around, like in Illinois, for example, I live in Illinois. Chicago is blue, straight blue. This Chicago is very condensed and it's all blue, but Chicago is giant too, population is giant. But every single place around Chicago in the state is red, damn near. Every single place is red around Chicago. But Illinois is still a blue state because of Chicago, So again, it's not necessarily about how many people one party represents. It's about how diverse the people are in each county, in each city within the state, At least that's how I understand the Electoral College. Let me know if I'm wrong, please.
Ruling against the majority of Americans. We have a Senate that is controlled by minority rule. And we have a House suffering from the impacts of gerrymandering that amplifies and undermines our democracy. We are in a very dangerous moment, not just for women, not just for LGBT communities, not just for...
What does the LGBTQ community have to do with Roe v. Wade? I heard her say something like that up in a tweet once. What does that have to do with Roe v. Wade? Just please tell me, because I'm pretty sure a man and a woman have to, come together to make a baby. L, G, lesbian, gay. I don't know other ones. Trans. I guess like a trans. That's some, at that point. Y'all on some other stuff. They're not even up in this though. Come on.
For all of us, but we are in a dangerous moment in the world because this is not just about the right to choice. This is about rule of law and democracy.
Republicans have been saying that now for how long? When it comes to that V word, I'm not gonna say it because YouTube, they don't like that word. But how long have Republicans been saying that about that? They've been saying that for the past 2 years. The past 2 years, everything has been happening. They've been saying that. But now you guys want the right to choice, but they can't have it? Again, I'm neither here nor there, but guess what? Guess what though? Every single Democrat watching this, or at least not every single, but like the far left ones, they're gonna say, "Oh, you don't pick a side. You're automatically Republican." I see that a lot too, because I don't have a specific side. Man, my grandmother, she's the best grandmother in the world, by the way. Every single time she sees me, she said, "What's up, Republican? How you doing?" I'm like, "Wait, but I told you that I didn't really have a side." "Oh no, you're a Republican because you don't have a side." Same thing. So come on. What choice are they taking? I mean, we get it. No more abortions up in some of the states, by the way. Like the hard blue states, like the states that were already blue, they're good. But like Texas, I can see, them completely banning it. If they didn't already, I don't know. I have no idea. But come on. I can admit when I don't know something. Let me know if I got that wrong. If Texas already banned it. But again, this is literally what Republicans have been saying for the past 2 years, and you've been ignoring them. So why should they listen to you? Why should they listen to you? I was pointing at the screen. But why should they listen to you, AOC? I'm just going to say AOC. I don't feel like pronouncing her name. Why should they listen to you? Come on.
And who is a full person in the eyes of the law. But to all of those who are watching today's events unfold in fear, in anger, in rage, in depression, in anxiety.
If this affects you that much, get outside. Go touch some grass. Go somewhere. Do something with your life. If that affects you that much, do something productive. Do something. Stop that. No, come on. That shouldn't even affect you that much. I get it. It's politics. It's, I guess a woman's choice. But even still, you have your own choice to like do other things in life. Period. This should not affect you that much. If this affects you that much, you really need to evaluate your life. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, even if it stayed, Roe v. Wade, if you're a Republican and it stayed and that affected you, oh, abortion stayed, get a life. If you're a Democrat and you're mad that it got overturned and you're like depressed and you really want to do something to somebody, you really want to punch somebody, you really want to do do violence, commit violence, go to people's houses. I've seen that. Go into people's houses. If you want to do that, then you really need a life. You really need to evaluate yourself. Get off the internet. Stop doing stuff. Stop watching this. Stop consuming this. Do something with your life. Actually do something outside of this. Come on. Come on, man. Like, get a life. That's all I got to say.
One thing remains steady, that we will not stop fighting until this is fixed. And I say that to my colleagues on the other side of the aisle. We are not going.
To all of the anarchists and far-leaning people, I think she means figuratively fighting, not actually physically fighting. Because, you guys like to get violent over like stupid stuff. Like I just said, you guys do all of that. You guys destroy stuff. You guys do all of that stuff. And that's right and left. Both of you guys do that. The far ones. Like the ones that are like actually, neo N-words. I don't know if you can say that word yet, so I'm not gonna say it. But you know what I mean. And no, not the black N-word. I'm talking about like the Germany word, neo, you know what I mean. Right and left. Is neo that on right and left. So come on.
away. We stay. We fight. We push. And we will not be silenced.
I think she's talking figuratively, fighting. I hope so. Who knows with her? That's all I gotta say.
With that, I yield back to the gentleman. Thank you very much.
I will say, I did not agree with her at all. Didn't agree with her at all, except the way she speaks and her tonality and how she does it. I can see how she's very persuasive, and she's very, how do I say this? What's the word? Charismatic. She's very charismatic, and she has, like I said, far-leaning views. So people are going to stick to her because people that believe the stuff that she believes, they're gonna do that. But yeah. But other than that, man, I think I said a lot up in this video. I don't even need to have an outro or anything like that too crazy. Like, subscribe, go to the channel. Yay, Dottie. Let's get it.